Hello, everybody, and welcome to St. Clair Saints Call of Duty. My name is Jackson the Pride Brown here tonight, joined alongside John Billabang Zuadima. And we have an amazing matchup headed your way versus St. Clair College and University of Albany. So, very excited to get on with this one in the NACE Star League here. So far, the Saints have been playing phenomenal here throughout NACE and even the other leagues they have been playing, and haven't dropped a map actually yet, to be exact. So, definitely a scary force to reckon with tonight. How are you feeling about tonight's matchup, John?
Well, we were talking about before, and UAES is 3-3 at the current moment. Two of them were forfeit wins, though. So, I mean, to be honest with you, obviously Saints 6-0. They haven't dropped more than 100 points on Hardpoint, and the other two, they've lost maybe one round on Raid and a couple on Search and Destroy. So, I mean, realistically, the prediction is going to be 3-0 for St. Clair like it usually is. But, I mean, I'm hoping for a surprise maybe at a UAES.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one. Hoping for a surprise, and it's definitely something we're going to be looking for here in this one. But as you were saying, yeah, St. Clair Saints, in the end of the day, prediction, most likely going to be seeing a 3-0 here tonight. You know, they actually did get a 250-0 in their hard point for the first time throughout the season not too long ago. So that's actually absolutely unfathomable because, you know, you get to the point where you might as well be able to at least get a little bit of scrap time. But you can't even get that scrap time. It's a little tough. So here we go. We are going to see Moscow Hardpoint start us off here tonight. St. Clair College versus University of Albany.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one. And you're talking about map picks before. It is going to be St. Clair's bread and butter. They're going to have Moscow on Hardpoint. They're going to have Search and Destroy on Standoff. And they're going to have Raid Control. So, I mean, this is what St. Clair plays every single game and they're known for. So, I'd be very surprised to see them drop a map today.
Yeah, like the only one that might not be like as comfortable for them would be the Standoff Search and Destroy because it did get added in the offseason. They really haven't played it last season. But even then, I don't think there's going to be really too large of a concern regarding that. But as of now, it is going to be St. Clair leading 33-2 here after this first hard point already. And they are fully set up for the next hard point as well and will be instantly hopping on that one. Big Mac, you will get a good spawn way back street there if you do see that on your mini-map, or sorry, Bismack. However, I mean, I don't know how much he's actually going to be able to do. Havoc going to get gunned down, Bismack down as well, and just like that, University of Albany really don't have any attack points.
Yeah, right now, St. Clair really controlling this pretty well. They have one watching the flank there. You have Gorilla watching outside, and you see him get onto a 5 killing spree here, and they're controlling this point really well, and it just seems like University of Albany is pretty lost in how they want to attack this, and they're kind of just getting gunned down at all these choke points.
Yeah, I mean, St. Clair really just playing their A game here. Yes, Priestley will get shot down, but just like that, I mean, St. Clair slowly rotating off of this back site here, just holding down these last 20 seconds. But as like that said, it's 80-2 as a scoreboard, and that is not a great site. If you are from the side of Albany, they do have this next hardpoint kind of rotation set up as of now, but it's honestly probably in my eyes only a matter of time until the Saints, you see this 3-man flood coming from them all right now, and the pressure is going to be absolutely on. It's going to be so hard to actually be able to keep this defense. However, we also do see Havoc coming behind these Saints players.
Yeah, so Havoc does a good Havoc flank here, and Stripes does take down Brandon actually there. So it means they start getting control and will start racking up some points here, but they are down a man pushing onto this site. It's going to be tight between these two teams. We'll see if they can take advantage of that. Havoc going to get one, but traded out by Sauce. Priestley going to pick one up for himself, and St. Clair going to be able to get on a point here in just a second. It will be contested by Flight here, but after Flight gets taken down, St. Clair take control.
Yeah, and the big reason on how St. Clair really took this point is, you know, they might not have had that point initially, but they had spawns. That's the one thing they were going for. They were going for spawns rather than that hard point right away. Really benefited to them because they know if they can get the good spawns, they can get the hard point post after that. So they did a fairly good job of taking those there. And now, just like that, 110-20 is the scoreline we see here. Now, not really doing too hot from anybody on the side of University of Albany right now. Stripes, the only one with really kind of time right now for them. And that's going to be him currently sitting at 18 seconds in that hard point. With that being said, it will be rotated onto the next hill. But just like that, I mean, St. Clair and University of Albany kind of still fighting for it. Priestley will find one, but University of Albany finds two.
Havoc has a flank here onto Brandon. Brandon's not going to spot it out for the moment. He will get chipped down, but going to be able to escape here for a moment. But it is going to be Albany taking this point for a second. Brandon Priestley can get a pair. Priestley getting taken down by Flight, but St. Clair will retain for a second, but actually, oh, never mind. Gorilla takes out Flight. That means no one's going to control this point, but a nice flank by Sauce here could mean huge things for St. Clair.
Yeah, for sure. Sauce, he's going to be watching this bus player. Will actually get the wall bag and cleans up another. Sauce is getting saucy tonight here now, and that is now going to be Albany trying to answer back, but the spawns have completely flipped. And with that being said, it is going to be all up to St. Clair to do what they can here. Now, Stripes will take down Priestley. And, I mean, man, their score line right now is not reflecting well for Albany.
No, for sure. And I think they've actually done a decent job of getting some frags here. Obviously, Havoc really struggling here, but they have definitely picked it up a little bit. But more than likely, here we are seeing just the macro of St. Clair pull off so well for them. It seems like Albany is kind of going for the end of these points rather than for the beginning. Even when they get those favorable spawns, they're not really using them to their advantage. It just seems like St. Clair knows exactly where they're going to go. That's going to be Sauce taken down, but Flight going to get a nade kill on Priestley just after he dies. Havoc, Brandon going to get one, going to get two. St. Clair retain control of the point.
Yeah, St. Clair do a really good job of that. And as you're saying with Albany, more or less kind of playing for the end of the point, it's the fact that, St. Clair's earlier on the rotations and the fact that St. Clair just mechanically has the better gunfight capabilities here right now. So, as you were saying, even if Albany does have the points, it's hard for them to capitalize on it because St. Clair can just gun them and have the better setups as they have been so far. So it is going to be that first hard point now, slowly coming to an end. Priestley very far pushed up on this right side to really shut down Albany, pushing into that hard point number 2 at all, really. And the whole setup here really, really good because St. Clair full control over this next hard point. They have the perfect spawn. So as much as Albany's contesting right now and not allowing anything to come through, St. Clair fully set up on next. And Sauce and the rest of the guys right now just have a great setup that they can just mow everything down in middle of the map.
Yeah, key there too was Sauce just kind of walking back and forth from site, backing up, going forward, backing up, so that it was completely contested. Even though there was 3 members of Albany on there, they couldn't actually control that point because Sauce just kept poking his head out onto site there. So again, a really good macro play by St. Clair there, just awareness of the point rotation and having one person just staying back and contesting them so they could deny as many points as they could from Albany.
Yeah, if you see Albany here, actually, they're just trying to force their way kind of through Hospital, that right side of the map, and the door you kind of see Havoc sitting at right now, and it's not working in the end of the day. I'm very surprised they haven't tried something a little bit more intricate, something a little new to try to flip things around. As you can see, St. Clair already ready here on next. Stripes will be hanging around here. Does Sauce know that? Maybe not. So Stripes might be able to cause a little bit of havoc, but he should be getting spotted out momentarily. Brandon going to shoot him in the back and takes him out on that play. St. Clair going to have this setup ready to go for next hard point. Gorilla picks up 2, and St. Clair can win off this one.
Yeah, I think this is just going to be the last hard point. They will have enough time to seal the deal here, and it just seems like there's no answers from Albany. Obviously, like we said in the beginning, it was most likely going to be a 3-0 for St. Clair, but just the utter domination we see out of them every game is always nice to see if you're a St. Clair fan.
Yeah, and you see this score streaks come in and whatnot. Flight just going to get jump shot from around the corner. That's Gorilla currently on a mercy list, so nobody going to be able to shut him down as of now, and he is just keep going. He's playing this like it's a pub, essentially, at this point in time. And St. Clair, I mean, 5 points away from closing this one out. I don't think it's going to get contested, and this should wrap us up.
Yeah, no surprise here. Your Saints take it. Game number 1 goes 250 to 44 in their favor. Not really a surprise, to be honest with you. I mean, we said before, like, St. Clair 6-0, less than 100 points on hard point, so nothing new, especially because they're playing their bread and butter map. And I mean, looking forward, and I want to, obviously they are a 0.0. They're pretty much got the series in the bag.
Like, they should not be winning gunfights,
no.
like the ones that we just saw in that best play right there.
Not at all. But I kind of want to talk to you about how, if you're, say you're Dawson, right, and you're looking at the season, you're 6-0 right now. No one can even come close to you in terms of points, in terms of maps. Like, how do you look forward towards, the rest of the season playing out towards the after season and say, okay, obviously we haven't really had a lot of good practice in the actual league, so where do you go from there as a coach?
Yeah, completely. The practice isn't really probably coming from your leagues. It's going to be those scrims, the ones that are really getting you the actual, quality good practice. And thing is, right now is, there might not be as many of the schools playing in this that are, top schools and whatnot, as because it's not CCL, because it's the older Call of Duty, and it's kind of more or less the off season still, kind of, even though we're in the thick of a collegiate season. It's not, the big season. It's not the main season. Yeah. So you can kind of think of this as like a summer league to like an NBA or something like that, is the way I kind of look at it, kind of a little bit here. So this is really just good reps for them to keep warm, keep consistent, keep getting a little bit of practice in. They're still scrimming a lot of top teams and stuff like that. When things do actually go into playoffs for NACE, I'm very excited to see things there. They're going to be playing a lot of top teams that are also going to be in their skill level for CCL. So very excited to see how everything's played out. But as of now, I think everything's just kind of getting ready for Vanguard. They're still getting those scrims in. But at this point in time, I mean, how transferable are the skills from Cold War going to be to Vanguard? That's the question, right?
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
they can scrim like crazy right now in Cold War, but how transferable will that be? That's the question here. It's only beta for Vanguard, so it's really not the easiest to tell, especially right now. So
Yeah.
as of now, I think you just run things as per usual. You know, you play your matches. You know it might not be the toughest competition. Obviously, haven't dropped a map yet.
Yeah.
So player scrims, you know what teams are good at. You kind of, once you know like players and whatnot, once you know the scene, Dawson does, he knows what players are good and whatnot, and they're definitely going to be scrimming against other top schools.
Yeah, and I think if you look historically, like you were saying, I think the skills from game to game are very transferable, especially lately. I feel like, say, Call of Duty is very much like a lot of the game style is the same. And like you said, you see a lot of older maps come back to be played. So even though you might not necessarily know some of the new ones, you got maps like Moscow, you got maps like Standoff that were played in older games that are now moved on to these new ones. So you already kind of know the maps. And I mean, if anything, playing these leagues still gives you chemistry between your teammates, because when we go into that new season, you're going to have the same teammates more than likely. And yeah, communication, chemistry is going to be key. So at least you're kind of building those up looking forward.
Yeah, I completely agree. Chemistry, that's one thing that's a big transferable skill, and just teamwork in general there. So we will be getting ready to go into map number 2 here. Like you were saying just a second ago, we will be going into Standoff, Search and Destroy here. So going to be an interesting nonetheless. I mean, still predicting there with the Saints victory still here in the Search and Destroy. But the thing is, with Search and Destroy, you can get a little bit better timing or something along those lines. You can get a little bit more, I don't want to say like, it's going to be pure lucky if they win. But no, you can get a little bit more lucky in Search and Destroy. You can catch players off guard better and whatnot. So we'll see what happens here today. And the non-respawn mode being Search and Destroy on Standoff coming up right now.
Yeah, I feel like specifically for Standoff, it is very small map, so it is very tough to see those flanks come through. A lot of time, it is a pretty straightforward map and how the attackers want to play, and the defending spots are pretty standard. So I'm going to predict the 6-1 for St. Clair on this one. I think Albany take one round, but other than that, I think St. Clair has us locked down.
Yeah, I'm honestly going to go and say a 6-0 here in this Search and Destroy. Honestly, I just think the Saints are playing this one really well. The only way this one doesn't go 6-0 in my eyes is if the Saints start to get a little bit, maybe a little trolly. But there's already a frag down for Priestley and Brandon, and Sauce already has this bomb going down. Bismack will find one. Priestley might get caught out in the crossfire in mid here. So it's actually, never mind. Priestley somehow finds one with the pistol. Make it a second, Priestley, the pistol master. Like, okay, Priestley, pull out the pistol. Just go crazy real quick mid-map. Like, he was down to 1 HP a second ago. I was like, okay, guys, not sure if Priestley's going to make it through things here. He does get peppered down right here, right now. He doesn't know where this player is. He just spots him going to that corner. He gets a little bit more shot in the back. Somehow wins that one. That was the crazy one. Pulls it around. Takes down Havoc as well. Priestley, what a show.
Yeah, that's just Priestley doing Priestley things. Honestly,
sure.
At this point, like we kind of underestimate how good Priestley is because we see him shine in literally every game. Like in that hard point, I think he was something like 15-2 or 15-3 or something ridiculous. So definitely a star player for St. Clair. And you saw in that round, he basically had 3 kills, almost had all 4 actually. So really, really good player. And obviously Saints up 1-0. I don't see much hope here for UOA.
Yeah, already gets a ton of intel and peppers down stripes as well with that grenade. So, I mean, at that point in time, he's already got so much of the, idea of what Albany's kind of doing this round. Havoc making his way a little bit here up further in mid. Brandon, though, will find the first pick of the round, taking down Flight. So now in a 4-on-3, what does Albany do, right? They don't have a crazy amount of map control. Gorilla having a general idea of where these players are located. Brandon actually will get shut down, a little bit of a mess up there, but Bismack and Stripes will get traded out. Sauce finds 2. Priestley finds 1. St. Clair College going to find their second in the Search and Destroy. Albany, I can't find an answer right now.
Yeah, Bismack got a nice pick there onto Brandon, but immediately, as soon as that pick came out, they knew exactly where those 2 players were that were shooting at him. So Sauce turns on both of them, gets 2 kills, and that's kind of just the round.
Yes, indeed. So here we are now. It is going to be round number 3 getting us underway. Priestley still sitting there flawless. 4-0. Looking real nice with that stat line. The only one with kills on the side of Albany right now is Bismack. He's got 1 each round, and that is going to both be under Brandon. So Brandon and Bismack really the only ones getting engagements from each side. And that being said, it's going to be a Gorilla getting a little too cocky maybe there, running around the corner with his pistol. Priestley also going to have his out, but we'll switch that one out for a 7-4U. You guys get a little bit of intel on 2 players. That's so much. And Priestley's just going to cut him off from above, and he knows they have to run across this way. He finds one out, he spots it out, knows where a second is as well. Wow! Stripes should not have had that kill.
No, that was definitely Priestley with a little bit of misfire there. Obviously, he was trying to straight transfer from one to the other. But 25 seconds here in a 2v3.
Yeah.
This is definitely doable for University of Albany here. And Flight. Oh, Flight is a good flank, but Brandon going to find him. That's huge.
Well, they had the intel, you know, the trophy system went off with him destroying that utility, so that will give them that intel there. Stripes will find one, though, so now all looking for Brandon. Brandon gonna find them both, though, and shuts it down. Your St. Clair Saints pick up a third. And Albany had to go there, right? It's 7.5 seconds to defuse the bomb. At this point in time, when we see these kills come through, I think it's like 9 seconds to play. So you see Stripes, he had to hop the bomb. He couldn't take the fight. So it's going to result in Brandon. All he has to do is find that first kill, and he gets the second one kind of like as a free reward. With that being said, St. Clair picking up a third, heading into the fourth. Let's see how this one goes.
Yeah, I think really huge there was Brandon getting that pick on Flight on the flank. If Flight ends up waiting there for a second and the collapse comes in, I definitely think Albany might have taken that round because it would have been really hard for them. They are stuck in that back corner behind Tractor. For Brandon, he would have just been kind of a sitting duck, and it would have been really easy for them to take that round, but Brandon just popped off in that one.
Sauce is reading Stripes so hard here, but oh no! I thought he was going to do it, but no. Stripes will take him down with the pistol himself, actually. So a little bit of an answer back there from University of Albany. And now we see ourselves in a 3-on-3. It is going to be the side of Albany here trying to pull off an attacking round. The thing is they play their attacking round so slow, waiting for St. Clair to push them. Oh, I thought that was somebody that just ran by him. But no, they play them so slow, waiting for St. Clair to actually push. And Albany doesn't really get treated with a whole lot of map control in result. However, they are now in a 3-on-2.
Yeah, Bismack definitely should have had Brandon there, but Brandon somehow lives. It does mean it's a 2v2 here, and that's going to be one actually in the building still. Havoc has upstairs, is going to start walking downstairs. He's going to meet Gorilla. Gorilla going to get better of him. It's going to be a 2v1. Stripes does take it now. A big 1v1 here.
Yeah, thing is, though, is they both have a kind of a small idea of where each other are, but Stripes has to get the bomb and plant. There's only 15 seconds, though, and Gorilla has all the intel. Oh, no.
He still got it.
He gets the pistol, and he cleans it up. I was generally nervous there once he gets peppered down a little bit in that one-on-one, but the cleanup is there, and your St. Clair Saints pick up their 4th consecutive round unanswered here right now. So close, but yet so far to getting the full knife kill, but it is going to be another round that we're looking out for here now. And, you know, Albany, they have to do something here soon.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was actually 2v1 there. So, Gorilla actually saved his life there. That was definitely an interesting play to go for that knife, but didn't end up working out. But, I mean, at this point, you're 4-0. You won that hard point so hard. You got to be feeling good if you're St. Clair, and you can go for stuff like that, even if it's just for team morale.
So Priest is actually a TK Sauce, so a little bit of friendly banter there. And I also do hear that little kissy noise on my mic here again right now, and I know it's someone on the COD team right now just doing it to me at my ear noise. The game chat right now, I can't remember which one it is. I think it's like Justin, aka Priestley there, but it definitely is. I can hear it right now. I just heard it again. These guys, man, they're trolls, but what can you do? It's a 3-on-2. Albany going to be at the disadvantage here now, and at this point in time, I mean, Brandon's just going to probably go look and plant this bomb. Bismack will get spotted out and peppered down a little bit. As of now, though, Albany up against the wall.
It is going to be a 3-on-2 play here. Pistol with the really long range from Priestley. Not going to find him. Looks for another Bismack. Going to take him out, so makes it a 2v2 with Bismack. I know exactly where he is. Brandon going to take advantage of it, and that's going to be it. A pistol shot. He's going to seal the deal and make it 5-0 and bring us to game point.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough right now for Albany to just find something, you know. So if Albany finds this one, your prediction might be a little bit right, but, you know, otherwise I might see my 6-0 prediction come to light. But St. Clair doing a phenomenal job here on standoff. They're all just having some fun in the nest, you can only assume. But tough game for, like, Flight and Havoc. You know, they're currently sitting at a combined 1-10. But if you look at Bismack and Stripes, like, they're not having a terrible game. Like, you know, Stripes is 5-5, Bismack's 3-5. You know, it could be better, right? But at the end of the day, it's not a terrible game from them by any means. It's really tough to go against a roster like the St. Clair Saints right now.
Yeah, for sure. They're on fire right now. Sauce barely escaping with his life, but will make his way back in his building. Meanwhile, Priestley does get Flight there. Havoc not found here for a second. Sauce, again, dodging all the bullets. Switch. This could be dangerous here. Comes upstairs, looking for one in the corner. Not going to spot him, though. Priestley going to run all the way back without taking that kill. But Stripes does get Sauce and gets positive. It's 6-5 now.
Yeah, Bismack also gets some intel on Priestley there. So now, just like that, we're in a 2-on-2. But there's a punch kill coming through from Gorilla. Will take down Stripes. Bismack, last alive, spots out Brandon, gets some shots on him, sends out a grenade. That could be it for Brandon. But no, Brandon going to be able to keep his life throughout that one. Bismack now at 1 HP. They're trying to make something work. It is all up to him to also have to grab the bomb and plant it. He's pinched right now. There is no getting out of this. Gorilla wants another. He gets spotted. Okay, they are really just trying to have some fun right now. Gorilla's hiding away in the corner. No bomb still for Bismack. What do you do here?
You get punched in the back.
No.
That's an execution.
Oh,
that's going to be
no.
St. Clair taking game 2. And, I mean, at this point, it's 5-0. You can't go for stuff like that if you're St. Clair, but that's a devious ending for them.
It is a devious ending. You know, at this point in time, with the St. Clair Saints Call of Duty team not having dropped a map, like, you can do stuff like that. Like, you can have some fun. Or if they're not having fun in there, they're just going to get burnt out. And they could even possibly play worse.
It's
like,
true.
At the end of the day, right? They need to be having fun while they're doing it. Or else, you know, it's not going to work out well for them at the end of the day. But great stuff there from the St. Clair Saints Call team once again. Now picking up map number 2 in a 6-0 fashion as predicted. And with that being said, I mean, we're 1 away, and it's so devastating for Albany, too, because I'm like, okay, let's see, boys, let's see, you guys might be able to get a map or something like that, but then you look at the beast you're heading into, which is Raid Control, and that's not a beast that you want to head into. St. Clair Saints Raid Control is probably the best mapping mode I've seen them on, hands down, ever.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how good they are, but I do want to say, though, there was, like, multiple times in those rounds where they were actually, like, St. Clair was actually down a person or two, and somehow St. Clair managed to clutch it out. And obviously, like, even that round with Brandon being on site and taking down in the 1v2, I feel like there was definitely chances for Albany to take that one, or at least take a round.
Yeah.
But they just couldn't convert.
There was definitely the opportunity for them to take a round. I completely agree with you on that one. It's just St. Clair, it came down to them more just St. Clair just getting aggressive on like defensive rounds and stuff like that, right? That's when St. Clair would go down to players, when they're just kind of like, okay, like mindlessly just running in and using their upper hand on mechanic ability, just like that. So
yeah.
We do see that one come through like that. Albany going to try to answer back here, as we were saying, in that Raid Control. If you guys haven't really tuned in to a whole lot of COD Control, essentially 2 points, 30 live maximum, capture both points, or kill the whole other team in the time that you can, and you get 1 point, first to 3 here. So let's see how this one plays out. But I mean, as we were just saying, St. Clair, this is a dominant powerhouse map for them. We're going to see Priestley absolutely farm on this one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have seen Priestley doing so well in every one of the games this season, really. Priestley has just been top fragging in so many different games, and looking forward into, you know, the rest of the season just past this game, like, I'm hoping to see more of that out of Priestley. I think he's been looking so good for them this season, and even looking into playoffs, I think he's definitely going to be their rock. So, I mean, seeing him here just kind of smurfing on everybody is definitely setting the tone for how the rest of the season is going to go.
Oh, I completely agree with you. And for NACE specifically, for this season specifically, right? And I'm very excited to see playoffs come to light, because that's where I do think we will see a little bit more of that competition. We're going to see Saints get tested. And I'm very excited to see that, right? Because Saints have always provided good matches, like 250 to like 240s, like nail biters, like great content that like it's so energetic here in this room. And with that being said, I'm very excited for that point of time to come here, hopefully coming up soon in the NACE playoffs. I believe they start in like the beginning of November, NACE playoffs, or like they start like mid-November, something along those lines. So very excited for that one. Yeah, mid-November, just getting confirmation. And I mean, to be completely honest, I mean, I don't see them really getting tested till then.
Yeah, neither do I. Realistically, right now, a lot of these teams just aren't at the competitive level that St. Clair is, and obviously, like, the players from St. Clair have been playing together for many years. You have Dawson at the helm as a coach now, who played on the team for many years. So it's not even just about like how good you are with a gun; it's about how good you are with your teammates, how good your coordination is, and every talk. I feel like every time you talk to Dawson, you can tell how much he loves the game of COD.
Oh, so passionate about it, and the team, right? I mean, that's one thing too, right? I mean, he puts it all into the team, puts so much time and devotes it into it. The strats, the scrims, the practices, the whatnot, right? Really just putting his all into it to try to make the roster as best as possible, and it's definitely shown to light. You can tell how passionate he is about it, from taking it all the way to a club team, to a varsity title, to a winning varsity title, that's pretty renowned in here to St. Clair. That's one of our top titles, now consistently taking wins and whatnot, not dropping a map since CCL last season. Like, they haven't dropped a map since, like, what, like March, April? Like, that's absolutely crazy. So we're going to see if that streak can continue here in map number 3, just coming your way in a couple of minutes. So bear with us as players, just getting all set up in the lobby and whatnot.
Yeah, so we take a break here for a second, or are we just gonna
wait?
I think we're all good.
Oh,
there we go.
There we
Perfect.
Go. We're actually going right into raid control. So perfect, just like that. Here we go. And now, here we go. It's going to be all up to Albany to try to find a map here on this one. We have seen a lot from Bismack, and I think it was Havoc were two of the players that we've really seen a little bit from here from the side of Albany. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting if we can see some same stuff from them here in this control. But we are going to be getting started here. Now it's going to be St. Clair on defense here first, and Gorilla opening us up with a pick on the Stripes.
Yeah, actually, Stripes and that Surgeon's Destroy did end up going positive. I think he went like 6-6 or 7-6 or something, so did pretty well, hoping to continue his success here. Teammates might have to pick it up a little bit to give him a hope here. Sauce going to slide into a kill there. Stripe's going to take him down. That's going to be the first kill of the round for Albany, and just like that, Stripe's going to take it out. And they haven't even made any progress on this one yet. Already half of the time gone. Gorilla somehow manages to find that kill.
Okay, well, the problem is Gorilla's already in their spawn.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're 20 seconds into the round. Gorilla's in the spawn. Albany hasn't touched a point. Like, St. Clair only has 2 deaths to their 10 kills, and, like, it doesn't seem as any sight of them slowing down. Yes, they finally do make their way on B. Gorilla's still holding the spawn, though, making it all the spawns all janked right now for Albany, and Sauce and Priestley and Gorilla can all just come through here and clear this point with kind of like ease. Like, look at that. Priestley, like, shouldn't be winning gunfights like that. And at this point in time, I mean, Albany just having a really hard time. They do flip this one back over and do start to make some progress at A, and they actually do get a tick. So here's a good start, but Brandon's already cleaned up 2 of them. Yeah,
right now they do get almost 2 ticks there onto A site, but won't be able to claim that last little bit that they needed. 24 seconds left, and you see lives are 28-12. St. Clair have died twice. Oh, now they died 2 more times. Gorilla and Priestley finally being taken down, but you can see just like absolute domination here from St. Clair.
Yeah, so 10 seconds remain, so Flight is going to be forced to hop this point, but Priestley and Gorilla already here waiting for it, and there is another player actually on A, which will be Havoc, so they are doing a good job of at least keeping themselves in this one. But look at the lives, it's 22-9. This one just doesn't really seem too plausible. The player will be taken off of A. There is some presence still over there towards B that St. Clair is going to have to deal with. So, I mean, Albany doing a great job of at least just keeping themselves in this one like we were saying, but they're not being able to do a crazy amount more than that, especially Sauce just lurking the spawn. Bismack will take down his own teammate, unfortunately for them. Now that is all points cleared off. B almost got popped, and they almost got more time from it, but no. And Sauce in the spawn, cleaning things up. Wow. Somehow still alive for Albany.
Yeah, I don't know how they're... Oh, there we go. They weren't able to keep it alive. And St. Clair take round number 1. Not too surprising, like we said. Raid control for St. Clair is like one of their best maps and one of like in control in the entire game. So for me, I don't see St. Clair dropping any of these. I think they're able to take it. And it's so hard, especially when you're not exactly a team that has a lot of team coordination. When you have someone in your spawn disrupting you, you have someone watching your flank, you have someone catching the rotations, and you have someone rotating between the 2 defensive points and able to take you out. You're kind of getting attacked from every angle. Just try, and you can't even like make your way to the point. You're getting stopped before you can even get there. So it's just so hard when St. Clair is just this oppressive.
Completely agreed with you on that one here, John. If you look at things right now, everybody on the team of St. Clair, 7 or 8, right? Kills here. Havoc hasn't even found one yet for Albany. So at this point in time, it's just hard to really kind of compare things right now. When it's like looking like this. St. Clair immediately on A. Look at this. There's nobody even close. Sauce can even afford to kill his own teammate and not be concerned about it. That is going to be Gorilla now holding through mid. He's going to slow down the push. Flight and Bismack both getting tagged down here a little bit. Sauce will actually find one with the grenade. But with that being said, look at this. A, already 2 ticks, and they're looking to probably capture here because there's nobody even close. Already all coming down to B for St. Clair.
Yeah, they didn't even put up that much resistance onto A side, to be honest. They put 1 or 2 people there, and then as soon as St. Clair cleared them out, they just said, okay, we're going to rotate Stripes onto B site. We're going to have everyone push through there. And, you know, obviously you got a few people coming through mid, but, I mean, they took A with almost no resistance.
Yeah, so Gorilla will get peppered down a little bit on the back line, but the score streaks coming in should just completely wipe Albany out of their positioning here. Sauce actually going to team kill again. I feel like we've seen more team kills from St. Clair than we actually have seen Albany take those players down, but nonetheless here it is going to be St. Clair most likely hopping on B here in a second. Sauce is in pretty good positioning to do it. They're just getting this full setup just so they can do it like once and do it right rather than, you know, taking it down and then messing it up and having to reformat. But nice stick there from Priestley.
Yeah, Priestley finds another one as well. And I think this is really important looking forward, right? Because when you're playing against a more competitive team, the one that's going to have a lot closer games, you have to actually have these strats ready for control. And I mean, obviously, for St. Clair, they've done so well in this game. They're just, a 6-0 on Search and Destroy and, 250 to 44 on Hardpoint. Like, you're just mechanically better than the other team. So I think it's really important that St. Clair says, okay, we want to practice these strats for when we play against tougher opponents. So that's going to be it. St. Clair take round number 2 and go to match point here on Control.
Yeah, and it's another defense, right? So the defense being the favored side anyways. So for St. Clair to win their offense that easily, just going to make it show that, it's going to be really tough for Albany to find a round. Like, if they are going to find one, it's got to be here. And it's not going to be easy. Like, defensive side, St. Clair has an upper hand on it. It's St. Clair's best map. I mean, it's one of their better modes. I mean, at this point in time, Albany backs up against the wall, kind of, and they just gotta kind of learn from St. Clair. I feel like at this point in time, try to kind of come from what what are they doing that's shutting us down that we can implement into our own strategy and whatnot there. And as you can see that, I mean, it's just tough. The morale for Albany's not doing too hot right now. Havoc, as for example, currently 0-16, just can't find a gunshot really to take something down. And I mean, St. Clair just making things look easy.
Yeah, Sauce at 13-2 right now. I will find 2 flying in that pool. They're somehow going to get by. Some good water walking there, able to get through. And Flight going to kill Brandon. Going to end up grenading his own self, but he gets Havoc in the process. But it is progress being made on B here sometime soon.
Yeah, so they do actually finally get on it and stop that clock there for a second. But Priestley's going to have the exact intel of where this player is. But wow, Bismack does take that win there on that one. So good shots from him. But Sauce already in that spawn trying to cause havoc. Brandon takes down a few there. Stripes trying to deal with some of these players in spawn. Havoc will finally take down Sauce. And he actually will get his first kill on the board here them. So Albany may be able to transfer that to a little bit more momentum. But as of now, no progress really made. Time's ticking. Lives are actually even though. So that is something that Albany does have going for them.
Yeah, for sure. So progress starting to be made by Flight on site here, and he will get a pick onto Brandon as well. And Priestley getting a shot in the back will be taken down by Stripe, so it will mean some meaningful progress will be made on B here.
Yeah, and that's actually a good little string of kills come through for Albany, as they do find a few here now, and as you were saying, find some more progress on B. I think the big thing that Albany is going to have a problem with here now is the time. 36 seconds is tough, but there is 2 players on A right now, uncontested for the side of Albany, but not for long until Sauce and Gorilla come and collapse on them here. One from mid and then one from window here as well. Gorilla is going to spot some out, does get some shots here now. Sauce will take down Stripes, and the intel's there. Gorilla comes through with a pistol, cleans it up, shuts it down, and the clock is once again ticking.
Yeah, but you could even see in that round, like, Albany kind of figured out their strat, right? Where they sent 2 people, they got a couple picks on B, so St. Clair was forced to rotate there, and then they went to A, and they got 2 ticks on A, actually, so they made some good progress. And you see, there's 3 members over in spawn for St. Clair, but there's no one covering A side, so they might actually get this and have an opportunity to go for B.
Yeah, they actually do, so they do extend their time on the clock. They can go for this B capture here now, but the thing is they don't have the option to draw St. Clair away from a point anymore. St. Clair's full attention is going to be focused towards B. I mean, the lives are at a differential of 10 right now. If you let the clock run out, St. Clair wins. So, like, you have to get aggressive with the tiny amount of lives you have remaining. Now you have no respawns remaining. And this one does just look fairly locked up. It's now going to be a 2v17. Flight does find one to make it a 2-on-16, but St. Clair should have things kind of wrapped up here in just a second.
Yeah, for sure. It's just going to be Flight trying to fly away, but he cannot fly away from that missile, and St. Clair take it 3-0 and take the match 3-0. And I mean, it was our prediction, but I definitely think if there's any ray of hope for Albany out of this match is that they were successful in getting A there. And I think the way they rotated was actually really good, and it's something that they can take away when they're playing against other opponents that can actually work for them.
There's definitely some things that they can take away from this that actually do highlight some things that are like good, right? I mean, like, they were able to adapt a little bit to St. Clair's strats. They were able to come through, find some frags, and have some highlight key moments there. So it's more about implementing all those more into your scrims, learning from what St. Clair did. How can you position? What can they, like, what did they do that we can do to help us win as well? So lots to learn there from University of Albany, and a great fight here nonetheless. They did a pretty decent job there in that hard point, a little bit fighting back there, a little bit in the control. Like you said, they did a good job taking over that A point and, really reading what St. Clair was doing. So GG's all around. St. Clair, though, going to continue the flawless record for maps and series counts in both NACE and the NGCAAE, something like that. Like,
all I know is NJ, and then after that, it's a bunch of vowels.
E at the end. I know
there's a bunch of vowels and an E.
Yeah, for sure. So that being said, that is going to be an NACE Star League for St. Clair College here tonight. Call of Duty wise, 3-0 sweep here on Moscow standoff, and then finally raid control. Very typical maps and something that we definitely did anticipate here tonight. So just more practice for both of them here tonight, and it's good to at least see that match come through and to see some more St. Clair Saints Call of Duty. It's not something we see very often here on the Saints channel as of lately.
Yeah, for sure. It's just not been something. Obviously, they're pretty well dominating, so I'm expecting a lot more coming out when playoffs are. But for right now, they're just so dominating. And if you don't see them on stream, probably just assume they're winning.
Yeah, so I'm excited for the Vanguard. I know that the guys have been grinding the beta. CCL is going to be out a couple months after Vanguard gets released, November 4th. So we'll be able to get a lot more, close matches, tougher matches. Of course, as we're saying, if you're just tuning in now, very excited for NACE playoffs to get some more closer matches and whatnot there as well. So bear with us here for now for Call of Duty wise. I know the St. Clair Saints look really good against who their opponents are, but we should have some closer matches up coming shortly here, starting mid-November and after. And Call of Duty Vanguard, very excited for that one as well. But with that being said, guys, we are going to give a quick little shout out to our sponsors and whatnot here right now. So, quick little shout out to our newest sponsor being Crunchyroll. You guys have probably seen it already, but if you haven't, you guys can get a free 14-day premium trial at crunchyroll.com/Saints. Crunchyroll, essentially the Netflix of anime. So, if you guys are interested, once again, 14-day premium trial for free at crunchyroll.com/Saints. And, John, who doesn't love free stuff?
Everyone loves free stuff. I like free stuff. You like free stuff.
Always
likes free stuff.
For sure. And you can't forget the other sponsors as well. So thank you to Tim Hortons, Subway, the St. Clair SRC, St. Clair College Alumni Association, and the Zackelman School of Business, of course, as well. And with that being said as well, you want to give a little bit of a shout out to our merchandise real quick.
Everyone likes the merch. This mask, amazing. These jerseys, amazing. The jacket's amazing. Everything amazing. Scrim t-shirt, I love it. It's amazing. And you can get all of your merch wants and needs at acquire.ca/Saints. That's AKQUIRE.ca/Saints. Get yourself some merch, cheer these guys on. Obviously, we all love seeing a winning team, and St. Clair Call of Duty is extremely good at winning. So if you want to cheer them on with a personal little touch, you get yourself a jersey with your name on the back of it. Go for it. It looks really cool. And any last notes here before we close out?
Not really a whole lot, but besides, we will be live here again tomorrow, I believe at 7 or 8 o'clock. I'm not 100% sure. 7 o'clock is what I just got feedback from. And yeah, so 7 o'clock, Overwatch. If you guys want to tune in for that one, we will be live here. I will be behind the scenes on the mic. Behind the scenes. And I know Amanda will be on the mic here. Not 100% sure. John, you're on the mic for sure. So John and Amanda on the mic here. I'm getting replaced for behind the scenes. But with that being said, guys, yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was a great matchup here between University of Albany and St. Clair College for NACE Star League Call of Duty. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jackson the Pride Brown, joined alongside John Billabang Zuadima. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you all on the next one.